So let's go to Americans for Prosperity President Tim Phillips, Payne Capital Management Michelle McKinnon, and Money Map Press Chief Strategist Dr. Barton. Dr., ended with you, begin with you. Where do you think this stands now?
Well, the markets are telling us that there's certainly some doubt that this deal will get done today. I think the point that was made that it could leak into tomorrow to get done so that it could still be signed before the Mexican presidential changeover on December 1. So there's some leeway between today and tomorrow. That's interesting. The markets, and I'm glancing down to look at where we are, they're still just trickling down. So I think what we're hearing is that there is some problems with the bravado from the White House and from the Canadians having to save face. We may not get a deal here.
You know, it might be the saving face thing that's going to be the toughest thing to save, right? I mean, if you think about it, Michelle, the president has had a very tough negotiating posture with this. He has even told the Canadians the alternative is just tariffs on your vehicles coming from Canada, of course, something they don't want. What's very, very clear from these comments, if we accept them at face value, is that the president isn't budging. He's a tough negotiator. He's made it clear to the world he won't budge. But now it's sort of left it out there in the open where Trudeau is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Yeah, I think you made a good point here, Neil, that a lot of it is rhetoric, and this is very traditional Trump, that he says a lot of negativity, and I think the best example is Mexico. He gave Mexico a lot of heat, a lot of negativity on Twitter and other news outlets. However, a deal was done, and the deal was done through the back negotiations that are actually happening behind scenes. And I think that's really what investors should look at, is those negotiations, not necessarily the rhetoric, because that's what Trump does.
And, you know, you think about it, looking at the markets now, though down close to 100, Tim, they've had a very, very good month of August, traditionally one of the worst months for the markets, and that was with all the trade back and forth anyway. Now, in the middle of that, we scored this deal with Mexico, so I don't want to minimize trade accomplishments, but your thoughts on where this goes?
I think this deal gets done. There's so much at stake for all three countries, including the United States. And, Neil, you mentioned the threat of tariffs on the Canadian, or the so-called Canadian Chevrolet Impala. Well, it's important to note, and the administration knows this, a significant portion of the component parts in that car were made, guess where? In the United States of America. So you're going to be hitting American manufacturing jobs, good paying jobs, if you actually were to go through with these tariff threats. So I think with the negotiations where they are, this deal is going to get done. There's too much at stake here, and there is rhetoric flying back and forth, but I know we had a town hall meeting in South Dakota at Americans for Prosperity in the last 36 hours, and we had farmer after farmer, small business person after small business person say, look, we're being hurt, we're worried about not just the NAFTA negotiations, but trade across the world. I think the administration knows what's at stake here, and the deal is going to get done.
Well, you hope it's the old argument, Dr., that cooler heads prevail, and that, you know, the president's bark might be considerably worse than his bite. He proved that in the South Korean Accord, which was dramatically watered down, but did extract some concessions on the part of the South Koreans. You could similarly say about the broad-ranging commitments not delivered yet on the part of the Europeans to buy more agricultural goods from the United States, et cetera, that the president moves the needle, but it isn't sort of a dramatic advance on trade. It's progress. But it's a sign that the president can be quite pragmatic. And I would imagine that's what the markets want to see.
I know that's what they want to see. The good news is that the good news.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, Dr., to you first on that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Neil, I think that, and we've talked about this before, that the markets continue to tell us every time we get a hiccup on trade, we get such a tiny little move down, and then we recover. And I think the strong recovery we've seen here, as you've already pointed out in August, is telling us that it's maybe not a bark worse than bite, but maybe there's even a bigger end game of even more freer trade, a freer trade across trading partners than we're even seeing is the ultimate end game that the administration's trying to play.
Well, something's working in their favor, and maybe, Tim, and I interrupted you there because I was confusing you guys, that might be the thinking that, you know, we get these disruptions, they're relatively mild in the scheme of things, as if the markets trust that it will all work out. Will it all work out?
The markets also know this economy is on sound footing. The tax cuts and the tax reform are making a big difference. the knocking down barriers with deregulation that this administration has relentlessly pursued to get rid of red tape and so much job-killing bureaucracy in Washington, the markets know the economy is on a solid footing. And yes, they react to the trade stuff because it is a real threat. It could undermine a lot of the economic growth that we're seeing. But I think they know in the end a deal is going to get done, especially on the NAFTA front. Neil, there's too much at stake here for all three countries, but especially as the biggest market for the United States and our consumers and businesses and farmers.
You know, Michelle, let's assume we get past this impasse, and let's say the Chinese do something, because it seems like deals are being scored with this country left and right, and China doesn't want to be left out. So let's get past that, and again, I'll look at the full glass, deals are done. Would that be enough from the people you talk to see yet another pickup in activity, and I'm talking globally, that could keep this bull market already at a record going, maybe for a while?
Absolutely. I'm extremely positive that once we move past this trade, the markets are going higher, because not only do we have extremely strong fundamentals, but the consumer, right? The consumer, time and time again the past few months, have just really shown up in the retail sales. And I think that is going to push earnings. And ultimately, markets are going higher.
Guys, I want to thank you all.